You may begin.
So my name is Beatrice Lindstrom, and I am an attorney with the Institute for Justice and Democracy in Haiti. IJDH works with a Haitian organization called the Bureau des Avocats Internationaux in Port-au-Prince, and together the BAI and IJDH have been trying to fight the United Nations for bringing cholera to Haiti in 2010. As those of you who are watching might know well, the UN brought cholera to Haiti for the first time in the country's history. They disposed of waste improperly on one of their bases, which ran directly into the May tributary, which of course also runs into the Artibonite River, which is Haiti's largest water source, that tens of thousands of people rely on as their primary source of drinking water, for bathing, for laundry, all kinds of things. And so cholera exploded in Haiti. To date, over 9,000 people have died over the last 5 years. Over 750,000 people have gone to the hospital with cholera. And Haiti now has the worst cholera epidemic in the world. And despite this, the UN, they've sent experts to Haiti to investigate the source. Those experts came back and concluded that cholera was indeed brought to Haiti by UN soldiers. But even so, the UN is still refusing to accept responsibility. So what we did was that in 2011, we worked with 5,000 victims of cholera, and we helped them file claims with the UN to ask them for three things. The first is investment in water and sanitation infrastructure to eradicate cholera from Haiti. The second is just compensation for families who have suffered from cholera, including clients like one client of ours who their family lost their breadwinner, and as a result they no longer can send their little girl to school. And there are countless stories like this of families who cannot. And there are families who can no longer send their children to school, who have suffered immensely as a result of the situation, and these families deserve compensation. Finally, what we've asked for is a public apology from the UN, a public recognition that they are indeed responsible. And we filed these claims directly with the UN because the UN has signed an agreement with the Haitian government that says that when the UN is responsible for personal injury or death, that they will provide compensation and that they'll establish a type of court that can accept claims from victims of these types of injuries. But what we found was that the UN has not actually established this court. And when we filed the claims with the UN, they said, no, these claims are not receivable. And they dismissed them without providing any real explanation as to why. And so following that, we've now filed a lawsuit against the UN in federal court in the US. The lawsuit was heard by the Court of First Instance in New York, by the trial court. The case was dismissed, unfortunately, in January of 2015 because the court held that the UN has immunity from suit. Sure. But our argument is that although the UN may generally have immunity, immunity does not equal impunity. Those are two different things. And the UN has broken their own promise. Even though they're supposed to have immunity from court, they're also supposed to allow a way for victims to be able to claim justice in other ways. And when they don't do that, they can't also claim immunity from court, because then that immunity does become impunity. And what the UN is doing in this case is acting above the law. So now the case is in front of the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, and we are currently waiting to hear whether we're going to get a hearing in the case, which will allow us to argue this in front of the judges. So that's where things stand now. But this lawsuit is also part of a much broader effort to seek justice that's led by grassroots groups in Haiti, but with the solidarity of groups from all around the world. So one example is that right now, 7,000 victims have written letters to the UN Security Council. They'll be delivered to the UN on Human Rights Day, which is this coming Thursday, December 10th. And so if you want to stand in solidarity with victims of cholera, you can join our efforts. We're using the hashtag FaceJustice on Twitter, and we have a website, facejustice.org. And you can also find more information about our initiatives at ijdh.org.
Could you repeat that, please?
Sure. IJDH.org is our website, and facejustice.org is a website that specifically is addressed to the cholera issue.
I hate to ask you again, but could you please tell them your name again?
And my name is Beatrice Lindstrom, and I'm a staff attorney at the Institute for Justice and Democracy in Haiti.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated, and great courage.
Thank you.